Good morning, folks. Hoping your weekends was better than the week that left off. Because it certainly is going to be for a certain Detective Raphael Ambrosius Costeau. Because where we left off on Friday, ooh, big music. Just instant bombastic. Gave a quick mic 1 2 1 2, but it's always a gamble where the audio settings are going to be each time you open OBS. Same filters, same settings, but day to day. Give a quick once over. Desktop audio compressor, good, negative 35. Negative 35 decibels is a threshold for desktop audio, which is like halfway down the green side of the bar. But that doesn't mean it stops at minus 35. Turns out audio science is such complex stuff. Anyway, today, Detective Raphael Ambrosius Costeau got himself a date. Police work is tough, take breaks, talk to strangers, explore. Here's the thing, I've been doing more talking to strangers. Meet Lillian at Land's End. Have a date with Lillian, get to Land's End at the northern tip of the peninsula quickly. She's not gonna wait for you forever. It kind of feels like, now that we've spoken to Classy, that the game is it feels like the game is pushing those two together. They both party hard. And she has admirable things to say about his completely ego-destroying bender on Sunday. And he easily gets enraptured by her eyes. But I kind of like Lillian here. She's a woman of the earth and of the sea. She's got cute fishing lure earrings. And she has chemistry with Raphael. She laughs at his jokes. He does the expression, and she thinks it's charming, so I like her. But I also like Martin Martinet. For some reason, Kim was laughing when I had Raphael flirt with Martin Martinet. I don't know why. But that's 3 potential ships so far. And I like 2 of them. But so far Lillian outranks. So let's see, we gotta dress up for our date. Left off Friday, dress in this stodgy naval coat for the +1 suggestion. But we gotta have fun, gotta enjoy ourselves. What do I need? Visual calculus maybe? Logic? Composure maybe? Drama and electrochemistry just show up like this. Nah. Pain threshold. This is a walk. We are going for a walk. So, who knows? I might need to get this guy's physical body to not break apart. Composure and less shivers. You know what? I think I will go for this one. These glasses are encyclopedia but no perception. Physical instrument. I think I want a nicer shirt for the state. Drama maybe? Pain threshold, volition but less empathy. Rhetoric. Conceptualization. Maybe we do want to be a bit more poetic. What's conceptualization at 4? What about pants? Composure. Jeans too tight, the reaction speed is slowed. But so sexy, the electrochemistry gets a boost. White satin shirts. Maybe. +1 conceptualization, -1 suggestion, -1 shivers, -1 savoir-faire. Glasses and encyclopedia. But less to perception, because these aren't my prescriptions. And Empire's already got a massive boost. Flip up glasses, the auditor. to be cool on this date at night. Conical hat. This hat gives perception. Logic but no perception. We could do full on fawn gear. We got the fawn coat, the windbreaker, the fawn peepo, the fawn Ultra Series gloves, and the boots. We can go full on fawn, I just realized. I feel like I want to have more composure here. Maybe a better tie. Inland Empire is already pretty top tier. Scented scarf is shivers but less physical instrument. +1 Inland Empire and Volition for the 8-eyed Terratorn tie. Slender bolo tie, very cool. Or bow not for drama. How's drama right now? Drama's at 5? I think I'm ready. I think this is how I want to go on the date. And hands-free to maintain suggestion. Also, like I promised, I went ahead and organized my clothing inventory. Let's go! Lillian is a good way for... What about gloves? Because these gloves do electrochemistry. This is just a walk. Interfacing. Fawn Series Ultra. We can wear some Fawn Series Ultra. Haven't yet been able to convince... What's her face? The old lady who graciously gave us the house, the shack, to sign the papers for the whatchamacallit, for the construction. Now, they've set up in north. Land's End, northern tip of the peninsula. I think that's north to the east, because north from here is a boardwalk. Past the church. I don't have a better hat for the date, do I? Logic perception. Yeah. This hat? Or these two. Because I gave my toque to somebody else. I could use more hats. Raphael, here we go. Don't mess this up. This is someone who accepts you as you are.
The woman gazes steadily at the waves. A sudden gust picks up her dark hair and lets it fall again. Tousled, wild, she brushes a few stray locks from her eyes, and only then spots you approaching.
Isn't this a cutie? Look at those earrings.
Aye, so here you are. It's late and it's snowing.
And we're both wearing coats.
The snow is... well, it's not really snow, it's slush.
Remarkable how the people of Martinet have multiple words for snow.
Know that you're not the first guy to bring a girl to Land's End. This is what the locals call a make-out spot.
Oh, Raphael, you dog!
That is not going to happen here today. I just want to make that clear, Dimples.
Aww. We're smiling at the prospect so much you got dimples showing. Oh, that's so cute. She calls us... Is that gonna be our pet name? She gonna call us Dimples from now on?
Her thoughts are still elsewhere, with distances across the water, and with the water itself. Across the rusty water, that's La Delta, the financial district. In the mist-covered distance, towers rise as a rebuke to the poverty of this coast.
This was a mistake. Everything's so uncomfortable. I should... No. Enjoy this evening with her. You seem surprised that I made it. We did call ourselves a drunk. She laughed at us, but she knows we were drunk. We told her we crashed our vehicle into the water.
Drinking men aren't known for keeping their appointments.
I'm actually quite good at scheduling, am I? It's a rock star thing, tardiness. Sorry, cop, sorry I had to wait. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Cheesy, but true. I'm just trying to be a responsible grown up. Boring cop answer. It's a rock star thing, tardiness.
Aye, you're the starest of them all.
See, she gets us. We could be our dorkiest self. We don't have to think, like, what kind of answers is she going to like? How do I want to present myself? With Lillian, Raphael could be himself and she loves it. She plays along with him. She laughs. Playfully at first, then for real. This gal's great.
Her laughter is throaty and warm. It rhymes with the waves and the cries of the gulls.
See, a woman of the sea, I love her.
Here it comes.
So fast as to make it seem like the weather turns at her command.
Say nothing, it's stupid, a stupid idea. No, she likes us. Did you just do that?
Me? No, no, no. Just grew up on the sea. Know which way the wind's blowing and all.
See, she's fantastic. We could have discussions for hours about the way Sarungal Lips is messing up our seas. But not for this date. Politics can come later. Even though the first thing I woke up to today was that international conference going on in Portugal right now, and of course Sarungal Lips is all there, like, we gotta protect our oceans. We all gotta do our part. Listen to indigenous communities. While at the exact same time, he's ignoring said communities and voices to plunder 50% of Palauzi EZ by killing the 80% protection on the marine sanctuary.
Knew the weather'd clear up once we got here. Otherwise, it would have been a less pleasant stroll, nay?
The sun reflected in the waves and the skyscrapers rising across the bay is mesmerizing. Your mind clears for a moment as your senses take it all in. Not just the glass skyscrapers, fragile looking in the shimmering air. River Esperance flowing into the bay.
There still remains the dying sun at midnight. This was May, wasn't it? Shouldn't be summer yet, I hope not. Maybe they are also cursed with daylight saving time and push their hours artificially ahead. Listen, I get it. This is a universe where the laws of reality literally fall apart in the void between Isolas, but daylight saving is still weird.
Isn't it strange for this all-powerful thing, the sun, to be so generous towards us? You know, the best time to go out fishing is usually towards sunset, when the water is warmer.
The sun also falls on the Capeside tenements and war-torn ruins. An old sea fortress juts out, seemingly impervious to the sheen cast over everything else, shaking you out of your reverie. The sun does little for the dead, and those hopelessly lost in their own minds.
Who you mean Inland Empire? My thoughts, hers? Which one of us is distracted?
Or people living in desert climates with sparse vegetation and little drinking water.
Is that why I named your boat the sun? I'm not sure desert people are happy with too much sunlight. Nah, but you live around it. People are a part of their environment. And so the ways they live accommodate the environments and realities in which we live. Is that why I named your boat the sun? Logic is just being a nerd right now.
Oh, that was a bit of pride and a bit of superstition.
And a bit of conceptual unity too. It being yellow and all.
I love conceptualization so much more, and I'm getting 10 whole experience every time he speaks up. Just continue to enjoy the view.
There's salt in the air, and the cries of the gulls in the skewers. grit of the sand and the green glint of broken bottles. But still your gaze always returns to the dazzling streaks of light, wherever they may be reflected, their opulence.
You see, I'm also dressed up for this date today. I'm wearing this fantastic shirt my boyfriend got me. You know the story behind this? I have no idea what this character is. I really don't. But my boyfriend knows I like Mama Shiba because I showed him Mama Shiba. And so he saw this thing of like a living egg yolk wrapped in a bacon blanket and thought, oh, it's just like Mama Shiba. He's gonna like this. You know what this is, right? It's like, well, I have no idea what this is. But he got it for me. It's a nice sentiment.
It's bringing us spring, summer. It's entirely on our side, no matter what we do or who we are, for absolutely no reason. It's unlike no other powerful being, certainly no powerful organization or government. How can that be?
The sun isn't exactly an organization. There is an explanation to this that is political, you see, being a long, impassioned political tirade. And no, that is not what she's here for. Something's gotta be on our side. Oh, that's nice and romantic. Because it's not human. Humans betray you. Et tu, Raphael. Are you foreshadowing your own betrayal of her? Something's gotta be on our side.
I guess we wouldn't really be here if that thing wasn't on our team.
Yeah. Only 28% conceptualization, red check. Say something about the sun. You have an interesting lilt in your voice.
Thank you. I'm half Ubi. My mother was from Ubi Sunt. Not a lot of sun there, I hear. Though I've never been.
Better than Ubisoft, am I right? Hey, got him.
The wind ruffles her hair, silver-streaked in the moonlight.
You have fish hooks in your ear. Yeah, but we like it.
These aren't real fish hooks, silly. They're earrings shaped to look like fish hooks. A drunk called Rosemary brought them to me. I kept them.
Rosemary has great taste, and so does she.
She's right. They're made mostly of plastic. A cheap novelty gift you can buy from a flower shop or a kiosk. The wind ruffles her hair, silver-streaked in
What's
the
my
moonlight.
conceptualization so bad? Conceptualization of 5 isn't anywhere good enough. What the heck? Don't you want to go visit La Delta?
It's enough that my fish goes there. 50 real a piece they ask for spring cod.
Time to think. Okay, it's an even 42%. Say something about the sun. It's worse than a coin flip, but I gotta try it.
Here we go.
Ah, yeah!
2 different approaches to cap this off with style.
Yeah. A massive thermonuclear reaction 5 billion years ago. The sun is a god. The only fault with the sun, it shines on us as well as our enemies. Is that a fault? Or is that the mercy of the sun? Its noble admiration. An ideal where one could love their enemies as themselves. Stare into the sun. Massive thermonuclear reaction 5 billion years old. Responsible basically for every single process going on this planet. Basically is a god.
Aye. And a benevolent one. When did you last have one of those on your side?
My early 20s maybe. When I had my love with me. Never. I still do. I'm righteous. I don't want to be the guy who always talks about his ex. In my early 20s, maybe.
Well, now you have that giant thing to watch over you. So, to hell with youth. You know, the wind's gonna pick up soon, and I have to go, but
What are you doing with this sword? That is yours for your protection.
have this. The sun's good, but it doesn't stick things. I've no use for it anymore.
Are you sure you don't need the sword? I was just wondering that.
No. Men around here are too drunk to pose a threat to me.
This woman is too sweet. Before we conclude, do you think we can do this again sometime?
Doubt it. But thank you for the company.
Really? Oh, that's too bad. That really is too bad. At least you gotta have this tender moment then, you know? Maybe we aren't her type after all. We make her laugh. But could be more as friends and as a prolonged long-term thing. Which is fine. If we're not her type, we're not her type. At least we did get to enjoy each other's company. This is a good outcome.
This is as far as it goes with her. You'd need to put a year between you and your last drink for anything more.
Although, suggestion is making it seem like there is hope for the future. She doesn't like drunks, but she does enjoy our company. Maybe suggestion is right. Maybe once Raphael cleans up, there will be a future with Lillian. Thank you for coming on this walk with me.
Farewell.
Aww. This is a good start to the day. I like that. Good outcome. Okay, let's see if I get anything special or magic if I combine all the fallen gear together. There's no fallen shirt though, is there? So maybe it's not the full fallen gear yet. Nor pants. We have the windbreaker. We have the peepo. We have the gloves, we got the shoes. I think it is then shirt and pants that I'm missing. Well, this kinda matches. I could check this again. Is there going to be any bugs in here?
There's nothing else to do with the traps at this time.
Okay. There was nothing else to do with the trap at this time. There's gathering dust and rainwater. Well, speaking of drunks. No, I do want to wait for Kim to be around before I do more stuff. He didn't chew me out about the body missing its legs when we put the body in his motor carriage. But he might scold me when he comes back. And processing is wondering why the legs are all chewed up and why that wasn't mentioned in our initial autopsy.
It's getting cold. This late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Enter the shack. Alright. Do I have enough of a break in my delirium tremens to give myself a
On the
shave?
table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside.
72%, I might actually shave. Have I got anything to raise my hand-eye coordination? I don't think I have hand-eye coordination closed, do I? Got interfacing, visual calculus. No, I don't got anything for that. Well, 72% is pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a quick save, since the date went great.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap,
And just in
next
case
to it,
the
a
shave
small
kills me.
hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside. Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line.
15 to 10?
The sharp blade chafes against
Oh.
your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the bed feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
Oh, I don't like this. Can I grow it back out? Look at that. Okay, we have got to get the mutton chops back. I am sorry. This was a mistake.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath.
Was shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe.
I don't know. I think the facial hair actually made him look younger. This put 20 years on him.
You almost look like a professional. The beardless nature of your cheeks makes the expression seem even more like a terrifying grimace.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta look this up. I need to cheat a little bit. Disco Elysium regrow sideburns. Should you shave facial hair? Did you shave those badass burns? There we go. Can you grow back your chops after shaving? No, sorry. Did you ask him what he thinks? Yeah, not even ashamed for immediately loading a save after that. The portrait, especially without the expression, plus Kim's reaction. I was like, F it. I'm not looking at that for the rest of the game. Put 2 levels into the skill, got more attempts at it, and I felt like my sober, expressionless, clean-shaven protag was turning over a new leaf. Only to find he just looked so bland and sad, and Kim felt beard covered some of the damage. I kind of agree. Same reaction, almost reloaded the save file, but after thinking about it a little, actually came around to liking it. The facial hair and the expression were kind of a psychological shield. Hide some of the damage he's done to himself, but the damage is still there. If he continues pretending he's above it all, and life is a big joke, the punchline will be death by heart attack at 47. He's younger than 47? And a funeral attended by 3 people. Oh, here's the thing though. Wearing facial hair doesn't have to mean he's a joke. Or that he's trying to make of life a joke. Hair is a whole thing. What I'm going to do though is try to sober up some more. Get my hair straight, keep the expression.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
We shall keep a professional demeanor once we are able to find a brush.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
This feels like this is already more comfortable than the room with the whirling in rags. I was going to wonder if this cold shack was going to be inferior to the whirling. It's free, right? This room is free. It doesn't cost 20 real a night, so there must be some disadvantage. It was my thinking. But maybe no, maybe this is just perfect. Maybe this is true free.
Baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Spinning in eternity. Spinning on empty. Spinning, spinning. Tell me, am I dreaming? Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars. Behold, there millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
VX, something is coming up more and more. Is her mystery gonna be solved? There's not much mystery to it. We loved somebody, somebody loved us, but we were a wreck and she left. Now that hole is a fatal wound. Though we do have a thought on the apricot scented chewing gum that might hurt. I don't know. We gotta see what it does.
It's the world, Harry boy.
Raphael.
And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now.
Truly, I wish it was that easy.
You can never forget this shit.
The colors, the voices, the rain, the snow. I don't want to. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
But I like those words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards.
He knows about that?
Meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right. I am an agent of the world. What if I want to be the agent of nothing? What if that's the true mystery of Disco Elysium, of Elysium itself? Elysium to oblivion. Admit what we are. We are an agent of the world. We are not separate from the environment. We are a part of it as human beings on this planet.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
My back scratcher is in the other room. It used to be right here, but it got
For
moved.
the working class.
For the working class, yes.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Voting communism for all. This time we won't fail. I mean, has it? If we define it purely by a very strict definition. Fact of a bunch of, I'm sure, very, very smart podcast listeners adhere to, then sure. But like I keep saying, egalitarian modes of being exist all throughout the world, before and separate from the thoughts of Karl Marx. Not everything is tied to the context of European history. We'll pursue this thought though. We want to bring more egalitarian for all, regardless of what that name might be. In this universe, perhaps communism is the way to take it with a capital C. I've always got to ask, in any discussion, let's define terms, what do we mean by? Cause sure, there's a big textbook definition, but there's everyone's definition. We're 7 billion different lenses through which the light twists.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
Around him, says the voice, but this text says the world's changing him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Why?
'Cause only love can break your heart.
Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Oh no, is that gonna affect my stats or my vitals? The disco in the Elysium.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
My inner thoughts aren't too bad this time. No nightmares? They're hyping me up. I still got the full heal.
Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
Comrade, what's going on?
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized.
Have you seen my shit recently? It's really gotten it together. Yeah, we're getting better.
It's good that your personal business is in order, but we're talking about political matters of world historical import here. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism.
That's about 0.00017 away from the chance of winning the Super Lotto jackpot.
But it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinaise underground. They live underground. These communists aren't men. They're mole people.
Inland Empire, you and your imagination. That's a success, that communists are mole people. I don't know if I want to go searching for mole people, but I'm part of the coalition authorities. Have I been persecuting communists this whole time? Will they help me fire up Mazov's socialist sausage grinder? How am I supposed to find out they're hiding? But I'm the authority. Have I been persecuting communists?
Possibly. If you have been, it's only because you're a double agent, acting in furtherance of your long-term objectives.
Oh yes, of course. Now that I've had this revelation this morning, it's retroactively become true for my entire life.
Listen to this. Do you really think you're the kind of person an underground communist cell would entrust with a mission that requires such discretion?
Probably not, let's be honest.
Regardless, what's past is past. You need to look forward to the work of building communism for all.
Okay. Do I want to find mole people?
They're not mole people. They're your comrades in the eternal class struggle.
You hear that, Inland
It's your
Empire?
task to find and join them.
Will they help me fire up Mazov's socialist sausage grinder? What direction did the sausage grinder work? Is this grinding up mere socialists into a better form, or is this turning more people into socialists? Ideological back and forths are so self-defeating. Everyone's an ally as far as I'm concerned if the goals overlap enough. I could bring up anarchists every once in a while, whose end goal includes no hierarchy period, but it's inevitable that hierarchy develops at whatever scale, because the higher scale you go, the more folks you have, the more types of folks you have. You need organizing, and so that just develops. So I don't think that end goal is going to happen on a global scale, but overall, their goals are our goals, so still allies in the same struggle with more or less similar objectives, so who cares about the idiosyncrasies too much, so long as we're not going full tanky and running people over to establish one strict definition's dominance, you know? Which direction does Mazov's socialist sausage grinder go?
Just between us, you may want to lay off this grind up the bourgeoisie stuff. It's a bit off-putting, even to fellow communists.
Even the game is saying no tankies. How am I supposed to find them if they're hiding?
Let your nose guide you, detective.
You must mean my nose, as in my huge and highly functional brain. My nose? My beeping red nose, Rudolph?
Yes, fortunately, communists are known to have a very distinct smell.
Oh no. Is it the weed? I hate the smell of weed. I live kind of on the outskirts of town, and so the game I play is that weed or skunk? Cause, folks, it's the same smell. When it's skunk night, or if I'm in town, and the bus stop has a certain smell because it's mid-late April, it's the exact same smell. I'm sorry. And former pot smokers, when I bring that up to like regular pot smokers, most are chill, but there's always this like, oh no, you're just making that up. You don't understand. It smells great. You just this is cheap bad stuff. But the former smokers, you know, because once you stop smoking, it smells on you 24 hours. It's like, yeah, it does stink. I'm sorry.
We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction.
What does communism smell like?
Failure.
There's so much failure in my life already. I don't know if I could take any more. What does failure smell like?
It's a smell you know all too well. Simultaneously repulsive and yet darkly appealing. Musty with a sharp tang, but also a remnant of lost sweetness. Like a rotting mango that's been swaddled in a coat from your grandfather's attic.
I don't know. Those mangoes are coming from places that have had egalitarian communities long before Karl Marx. I mean, I'm sorry that these guys have failed in their establishment of egalitarian societies. That's not my business.
What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix. People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinez. But you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them.
I'm ready. Let's get organized.
First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists in Martinez. When you get near to someone with revolutionary potential, your nose will give you the signal to establish contact.
How much you want to bet that Everard is not going to be one of those potentials?
Again, no, it won't. Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic. You could also just look for more tangible evidence of communist activity. Images of Krasmazov and white antlers are
White
usually a dead
antlers?
giveaway.
The tenements are full of those, weren't they?
You should begin by interrogating those lawless malcontents at the Dock Workers Union. They're an obvious place to start.
What would I do once I establish contact with my fellow communists?
You'll discuss the monumental world historical task that lies before you. You'll engage in rigorous and spirited debates about Mazovian theory and practice. But mostly, you'll probably complain about other communists.
This biting social commentary. Isn't that last part kind of counterproductive?
Not at all. Complaining about other communists is one of the most important parts of being a communist.
Alright, roll up the sleeves, let's do this!
Here we go. Wake,
too
brave
cold.
worker. 'Tis no time for bed. Fight till there's no slaves below, and no masters overhead.
No masters overhead and no slaves, yet it's remarkable how much tankies go to bat for the CCP.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the
See, here's the
expression.
thing, right? I just want to fix my hair. The expression could stay, the chops could stay, but I want a comb. How do I get Raphael a comb? Esprit de Corps and Shivers. Commander Jacket. Esprit de Corps and Visual Calculus, which is currently sitting on 1. -2 from Thoughts. -1 Visual Calculus. What else gives -1 Visual Calculus? Because that's just -1. Mazovian Socioeconomics. Reaction everywhere. Okay. Gonna counter rat to the -2s. If I put on the commander's jacket, it's at 2. Gonna clean up. Conceptualization and no suggestion. How's logic? Logic is at 5. Logic doesn't need any more help. Cool professional overcoat while wearing a sexy mesh tank top below it. Nobody will ever know. Conceptualization, suggestion, rhetoric, pain threshold, and volition. I do want more volition later. I'll take the old white satin shirt. Composure I'll keep. Logic for less authority. Authority's only at 4. Perception for Inland Empire. Perception for Encyclopedia. Savoir-faire and visual calculus. Drama for visual calculus. There. It's a bit more disco. We'll get a visual calculus of 3. Drama of 4 is okay. I got my tie for Inland Empire. Maybe a bow tie. Goodbye, my precious horrific necktie. Inland Empire is already at 6. Inland Empire plus volition. Drama is at 4 only. Necktie or bolo tie? I like both. I'll keep drama for now because I know Kim is gonna chew me out. Get my perception, gloves, electrochemistry, interfacing, or half light. How's electrochem? 3. How's interfacing? 2. Okay. The gardening gloves could stay on. And the shoes, reaction speed, hand-eye coordination, but also encyclopedia is pretty good. Encyclopedia is only at 2. Perception could always use more of. Composure. Authority and less composure, but I like having composure. I want to keep my composure. My composure is pathetic. Okay, that's how I'll do it. Let's go face Kim. Okay, Kim hasn't seen me yet. Good morning. He hasn't seen me yet. He's seen me. He's got his book out. Is he gonna scold me?
Yes?
Hold on a second, try to smell Kim.
The lieutenant's posture becomes rigid and uncomfortable as you lean forward and sniff the area just above his shoulder blade. The lieutenant is fastidious as a cat in matters of his personal upkeep, and yet, in the folds of his jacket, you can just perceive the stale and acrid traces of oil rags, transmission fluid, and brake pads.
A working man. He'll make a great comrade.
Wait. There's something else there. Something that sets your GABA receptors aflutter.
Is it pheromones? Do we like him?
The lieutenant's aftershave, a common drugstore brand. Strong hints of pine needle.
He's putting on aftershave for us.
But what sort of ideological picture do these smells paint? Tough to say.
Do you need something, detective?
Was just wondering what brand of aftershave you used. Just as I suspected. You're a lieutenant, you're a mechanic. No, we're good. Just a brand of aftershave you use.
It's nothing fancy, just plain old Tiger Super Special. Are you thinking of,
Lose these bad boys? No way.
I didn't mean to offend. It's your business, of course. Was there something else you wish to discuss?
So, from way back on Monday, there's a pissing competition. Ask Kim about this after the initial inspection of the body's done. But we've done the initial inspection a long time ago. Where's it hiding? About
No
anything?
response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your...
Really? You look fine to me. Focus on other people.
A moment passes. The lieutenant...
What about me?
Tell me a
No.
secret.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. It's like you're locked.
I literally don't see the option to ask about the pissing
The
contest.
lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Okay. So, what do you want to do to... Ooh, should we talk to, our not-yet girlfriend? And thank her for the date last night.
You see, you haven't left our little Martinez yet. Still running around.
This place is kind of growing
like some
on me,
kind
you
of
know.
cross-country law official.
A case is solved. Loose ends to tie up. This place is growing on me.
Aye, but don't let it grow too much. This is not the place to settle down. Now, what's on your mind, officer?
Be seeing you, sweetheart. Kim, you missed it. There's these kids we could talk to.
The
Are they fellow
scrawny
communists?
little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
Lillian's kids,
This
twins.
one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
Aww, already said that. They're
The
so
stone
cute.
kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders.
Ah, C-section.
The other one laughs as well.
Children are stupid. You guys look identical.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt.
They're so
The
cute.
rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
A composer check. Was I gonna fail composure with children?
You're bad with kids.
What are you, Kid Master General? It's impossible to be good with kids, they're too stupid. What are you, the Kid Master General?
Maybe I am. Now,
He's
how
playing
about some
along.
actual police work? We are not getting anything here.
Bye kids, take care. Have I been in here? There's someone else inside. A bird. Can I take this to Gart? Ruffed Groove's taxidermy. I'll ask politely first.
Is that the phasmid? It looks like the phasmid, leaning against the wall.
Is it?
Wait, what if this is the fishing rod situation all over again?
Sneak up on the phasmid. Leap towards the phasmid and clasp it in your hands. You're not going to be fooled again. You're going to stand here calmly and observe this non-phasmid until you see what it really is. Ignore the sighting. Sneak up on the phasmid.
It's not the phasmid. It's not even organic. It's a fire iron.
What?
How disappointing.
Of course it wasn't a phasmid. It's way too big. This is what I get for trying to be a scientist instead of a cop. I'm not even a good cop. Of course, it was too big.
Don't be too hard on yourself. You couldn't have known that for sure. And besides, finding this phasmid is your special destiny. You can feel it.
Give the dream of discovering the Insulindian phasmid a rest. For now. Okay, kid, what's up?
Mister,
Little
what
Lily.
were you doing in my fireplace?
Nothing. There was a phasmid in it. I was trying to catch it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, the armor gloves. Are you Lillian's daughter?
Yes! Little Lily. You know my mom?
Yes, we met earlier.
That's nice. My mom is great.
She is.
She's never angry or anything.
And the twins outside your brothers?
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
They look identical, right? I said the same thing.
They look identical.
Oh, the word's too big for her. Kids are precious. What's that to the stuffed bird? What's that to her toy? Is her toy the gloves? Toy first.
It's Lammy.
Oh, it's
He's
a
my
lamb.
friend. Sort of. Like,
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that,
Lamb
admittedly,
chop.
has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Lammy looks like he's falling apart. Lammy looks soft. A place to meet you, Lammy.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
See, this is why we don't shave. What's that to the bird?
It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken scooter you almost certainly broke.
I was thinking the same thing. Could I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds.
Sure, just go and get it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
See, we got permission. She would have had it anyway, but it's better to get permission anyway. You can't just
Alright,
steal.
You just need to grab it from the ceiling and go.
So I heard there was a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh, I had gloves.
Had.
Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
Which house?
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
And where are the gloves
I
now?
hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
Well, as long as she's giving presents to her new best friend.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
She's so polite and accommodating. Lillian really raises her kids right.
Bye!
Thank you, child. Okay, sandcastle behind the house. Is that over there? It is. Sorry, little Lily. You can make another.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Broken catacomb
The
network.
little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
Reach into the catacombs and pull out the shiny object.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
We got the boots, the chest piece, and the glove. That just leaves the helmet, doesn't it? And the helmet is in the sea, so I don't know about that. What have we got? Missing insects case. Ask Coot about the trap. Local kids might know. Get myself organized. Sniff out comrades. Gart. Add beauty to the one with the paintbrush. Smokes and smoke them. Thanks, Hino the Third. Ask class about the dead man. Now that she's had some time. Scab leader about the tattoos. Set a chair for Everart. We're doing good. We're running out of tasks. This might take a while, a long while it says. We've already got most of the pieces. So I'm kind of worried about how long the game is going to be. If getting these few pieces is a very long while. Maybe it's a very long while because despite having just about everything, we're still missing the helmet. Were there pants? Was there a pants piece? Like, there's boots. We got the boots. There probably would have been a pants piece then. I don't think I've heard anyone talk about the pants piece of missing armor. +2 to interfacing. Ooh. The rubber gloves have become obsolete. Just like in the box art now. Dressing in otherwise normal clothes, but with thick and a bit... I guess it wouldn't be unwieldy to get +2 interfacing, but thick sausage fingers gauntlets. Okay, if we didn't need drama after all, because Kim's not gonna call us out for ripping the legs of the body. Let me get +1 volition. The lowering driver's still here, the drawbridge is still up. Everybody else is still here. Music change to different areas, cool. Ooh! Fuck the world. Something pigs. Are these my fellow communists?
Make way for the master poet.
Well, Hino forced Raphael to have the drive to smoke. Got any smokes on you?
Don't smoke.
Good.
Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse. Or waiting for the sweet release of death.
Hey, isn't he like smoking right now? The
Hey,
smell is in the air.
good job, Perception. You're smoking right now.
Okay. But this is my last one. And it's a bad habit. You should quit before both of us have lung cancer.
Listen to him, Raphael. Okay, what are these guys doing?
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Oh. I thought it was pigs. I kind of like my interpretation better. Even the back of his jacket is scribbled out.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery,
Pleasant.
then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
The racist tropes aside. Capital Skull. Are they with Cindy the Skull? Skull in all caps are her too?
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you? And tell me about certified skulls. I get at Cindy's good graces and get her paintbrush.
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
How do we become part of the skulls?
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange.
Must we?
These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Who are the skulls? Do you know anything about the murder that took place here? Point to the yard. Do you guys know Cindy the Skull? There you go.
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
His voice filled with longing. Aww.
Yeah, a true artist of the future, just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
Maybe that's the in I need? No. I doubt she cares about them. They're not proper skulls yet. This is them using me to get in her good graces, not me using them to get in her good graces.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. Odd, there isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're piss and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Are you kids also into anodic dance music? Pulling on our experiences across the canal? Rhetoric's confusing, part of the skulls are not. Why aren't there more skulls in Martinet? Why aren't there?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
It's not organized crime, it's a youthful fraternity for young people.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
Are you fellow kids into anodic dance music?
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
Why?
It's a threat. An impotent threat of violence.
A threat. Good, I like those. Don't fuck with me, boys. I'm one of the bad cops. I just want to talk about music, and now there's a conflict all of a sudden. It's too much. Ugh. Good, I like threats.
But I don't.
Oh.
In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here. Joking too. Stay light, man.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, like, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you skulls or no? It's not confused. It said not yet.
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
What makes you think the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
Yeah, like Cindy. She expresses her violence towards the world in very expressive art. And these guys are talking to the art of what they do to this motor carriage if they got their hands on it. It's an artistic, youthful fraternity.
We'll fuck the system from the inside later. Just be cool now. The damage will be tenfold.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now?
Okay, enough scullery then.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
I'm so glad you asked. I'm just testing you. I really don't. Don't get into it. Yeah, but I'm just testing you as a lame answer. I am so glad you asked.
The question was rhetorical. The Skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertnay.
Besmertnay?
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Well, apart from an amount of swagger that goes in excess of the legal limit, tell us about this non-verbal modus operandi.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual. A testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
This sounds like these kids simply need more artistic material. A red is an attractive, vibrant color, and a knife isn't a very good brush. We have got to, maybe Everard could swing some resources their way. He's building up a youth center. Maybe could have an art center, free supplies.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Why does your jacket have Pistler on it? Why fuck the world? What is up with that one? I can understand this one, but what is up with that?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss.
Okay. So he means it in the positive.
The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
I cannot say that I agree 100% given how he uses the terms on his back, but that's a remarkable amount of thought that he's given to it. Makes sense. I might not fully agree, but it makes sense when he puts it that way.
What I mean by this is, we are all pissed, and that the world is inherently meaningless.
That is an excellent segue to explain the fuck the world jacket.
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
These are very intelligent boys. They just need structure. They need an organization. They need a fellowship, and that's exactly what the skulls can provide to them, it seems.
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
That is a terrible metaphor. Gotta be the adult in the room for this one.
You get more fish in a shorter time.
But then no lake and no future fish.
For time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly. One must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone.
I thought perhaps these guys could be the communist allies I was looking for. But this extract whatever you can while it's there? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. This guy is a capitalist. Wearing a very... He's punk. He wears punk, but he's not punk is a thing.
Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
This young punk is why you need intersectionality? You're blowing up the lake for your own the void is beautiful. What about everyone else on the lake? You don't think about the others?
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point.
Not you too, Rhetoric. I'm putting you on 5 hours of mandatory online training.
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Coincidence. Hey Kim, lower your voice.
Yes?
What do you think about their jackets?
Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan.
Why are you always so patronizing when cool possibilities cross our paths? Or the jackets are scaring you, that's cool. Why are you always so patronizing towards cool possibilities?
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective.
Are you that one or that one?
Neither.
Come on, Kim, a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements.
No way. I'm that one in the scenario.
Fine. Fuck the world just seemed to fit you more, considering your heroic exit attempts.
You always get to be the crazy one, right? Fine then.
So are we done here? Or... you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
It's a red check. Demonstrated authority. And they're just off-brand skulls. Gives me 28%. That's way too low. This is half light, right? I've got a few bits of clothes. I might get +1 to half light. Well, that's gonna be so low. Do they know about the murder? They don't. Hey, weirdo. Time to gamble, is it? Ooh, good luck.
Murder?
A man was hanged in the backyard. Speaking of gambling. First day of GDQ yesterday, I actually won the lottery. the GDQ lottery. I've given up, you know, because it's like, how many hundreds of thousands of viewers over the span of any one GDQ week? Multiply that by years. I've given up on winning the GDQ lottery, but actually got a gift sub to it on the first day, so that's pretty cool. You don't gamble anymore? If you don't gamble anymore, Woodward, then it sounds like you won. A man was hanged in the backyard of the Whirling.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Okay. What else?
Also, he was hanged.
Okay, alright. Anything else? No, don't fuck around with the law.
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
No. Allow fuck the world to continue.
Fucking philosophy, man. You can do aggressive shit with philosophy. Justify shit.
True.
Like murder or wasting your life away.
But it doesn't give me any more +1s, does it? Fine. I'll come back later. If it was a white check that I could redo, I'd happily take the 28% and see if I could beat the odds. But it's a once-in-a-lifetime one! Which means if I fail it, it'll be same as it ever was forever.
You see a set of tire tracks in the...
She's still out. Maybe we'll do that. We'll give the Groose to guard. Talk to the Hardy Boys again. Reveal to them that, hey, the guy that you said was a rape victim actually said, no, she isn't. See if that loosens them up a bit more. Then go upstairs to talk to him?
Wait. No. Something about this bunch.
Is that
doesn't
Mark
seem
Martinet?
right.
Rhetoric's text popped up, so I can't see. Everard's guys? Do they smell communist?
They are, but they don't seem too keen to talk with you, do they? No, they don't. Glenn seems to be contemplating grievous bodily harm while he massages his raw knuckles. In the far back, Eugene is doing his best to ignore you.
It's giving Fat Angus mumbles and not the description of him, shooting furtive glances.
And from his perch at the end of the table, Titus Hardy himself stares at you with a cold contempt that makes you want to leave the cafeteria straight away. Besides, you're pretty sure they consider themselves social democrats.
Well, therefore allies, right? How come the establishment of communism has to take one very strict definition when there's a whole plethora of egalitarian societies all throughout the world that predate Marx and continue to exist to this day? Gart, good news. European colonialism aside with the thoughtways, we got your new bird.
Can I help you?
A new bird for the whirling.
What is this thing?
Does he not like it? Is it too ugly for him? It's no biggie, that'll look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy.
He likes it.
Well, I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
Hey! Can we take his broken bird, break it even more, and find out that the key to the enigmatic blue door is actually in it?
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
We solved the problem we created. That makes us a good person.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
It's not actually about that, but he likes it.
Cool.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Oh, do we school him classy? I'm gonna say no. It solves his mystery but it doesn't do anything for him except for have somebody else to yell at. I'm gonna be cool with classy.
Yes?
Gotta keep it classy. Who's this?
Hi, gendarme.
Hey, it is Martin Martinet.
Another rendezvous.
You're here. Hello, you're here.
I am. So are you. What brings you here?
It's a white check. I met your Sunday friend.
You did? And how did you like him?
He was magical, magically bureaucratic. That guy straight up wasted an hour. I didn't like him as much as I like you. I didn't. He's a government official. I don't trust governments. Says the cop working in official capacity for the government. I didn't like him as much as I like you.
Ah, shoot. Why not?
While he's staying at your place in the middle of the night. I wonder, I really do. Who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return.
Return where? Across the sea, to another time, another place. To satin sheets, away from this dump that we are all stapled to by our feet. Ace of Panstars? Revachol and Martinet don't really have governments, do they? They kinda do. They kinda do. It might not be like big Greco-style buildings, but they have hierarchy and organization. Could be as formalized as the RCM, could be as ad hoc as the Union controls Martinet, but those are forms of government. They absolutely do count. Return where?
To his opportunities in Occident, Sur la Clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know.
And so, what are you two? Should I be worried about competition?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
And what does that mean, a Sunday friend?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
The pain in his voice and that. Then we could be his weekdays friends. Is that even a friend?
It is. On Sundays.
Full oblivious. Why is he staying at your place in the middle of the night?
He has keys. And he likes the view.
Mm-hmm.
To the sea, I mean.
Sure, you mean that. Anyway, I don't want to talk about other people. I want to talk about you.
Hmm? What about me, gendarme?
What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I live here, rooms out upstairs. Not after we upgraded to a shack by the sea. To drink myself to oblivion. Harry would have said so, but this is Raphael now. He's cleaned up. This is where I'm going to go down in history. I'm going to sing karaoke. Yes.
Really? Well, I look forward to that.
He looks forward to the karaoke. Tell me again about the muscular type that came to investigate.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
Besides muscular, any other identifying traits? Because that could describe most union and non-union folks here.
Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries.
Okay. So definitely not union. Sounds like I think he's talking about the scab leader.
He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
What do he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
Was he alone? No, the radio operator is going to be in the buildings to the south that we can't access, right?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
Earpiece?
Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear.
And what was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Mm-hmm. What would you tell him?
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
He believed
Why
you?
shouldn't he?
Did you tell him about your friend?
What friend?
So he likes us enough to give privileged information, but not anybody else. We have a foot in the door. Your Sunday friend, the witness, who equally knows nothing.
No, I don't think it came up. Sure. Anything else on your mind?
Okay, it's a white check, but if I fail it, I gotta put points into composure. So, composure check, right?
Bye-bye, gendarme.
What have I got that gives more composure? Composure? -1 composure is the opposite, +1. I don't think any glasses do, and I'm still gonna go 1 by 1 by 1. Already got the composure pants on. Is that it? That's it for my composures?
Hi again, gendarme.
72. 18% chance of failure only. Worse than 1/5 to fail. This is gonna happen.
Could he be
Cool.
a member of the homosexual underground?
Are you a member of the homosexual underground? Is it an underground in Martinet?
The homosexual underground?
Look, we're old and square. It's cool, we're hip, we're disco. Disco was very queer friendly.
Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate?
Ooh, he's flirting. Yes, I want to hear more about this homosexual underground you're a part of. No, just want to know. Let me into your world.
Oh, it's a pleasure group. A sub rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night.
What about Thursday?
Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life.
No! Why do you convene? What do you do? Yes, tell us.
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Revachol have to hold on to, the true symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage.
Disco Elysium, you can't just tell the whole world about the gay agenda.
Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
But I like knowing who I am. Does this have anything to do with disco?
Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold.
It's too late for me then. I'm in too deep. This guy spent the last 30 years on disco. He can't escape it now.
We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature. Very esoteric.
He is basically speaking Raphael's language. I do like disco. Should I get into this? It's not me. This much fun should be illegal. I do like disco. How was he listening for disco for decades and not picked up on the overtext?
You can't just get into it.
What?
You have to be
Aw.
born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement, or forever excluded from it.
What about rediscoveries? What if we never knew that about ourselves? Until disco introduced us to a world we never thought possible. What if I can't remember whether I'm in or not? What if I can't remember anything about my life? Aside from the fact that I like disco, very suspicious. Exactly, you get it? Raphael was born into it. As the phoenix that was Harry erupted and turned to ash, this fabulous disco superstar, Raphael emerged. In this state, this is who he is it not?
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Who knows, maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed.
Exactly.
I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look.
Okay. I have to think about it. This is gonna be like a 24-hour mind project for me. 24 hours at least, oh no! Is it really going to be? Another thought that's gonna take that long. It's getting credit already. I could squeeze out something else. I could spend a point to overwrite a thought that I've already spent a point putting in. But what if this is what should be a foundational part of Raphael? Just because we have these thoughts and internalize them doesn't mean they have to stick. They're all part of the road to self-discovery. You try out some things, you put in a performance, seeing if it fits you or not. And then later find out, well, that's pretty cool, but it's not who I am. And then take that shoe off and try another shoe. Yeah, that is true. My shit is pretty well compressed. All endurance white checks are unlocked. And if they haven't been solved yet, if they failed, they can't be re-unlocked with that. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4 is cool. Endurance... I barely have any points in. 3 or 4 is gonna make a major difference. I suppose that's fair. They've compressed our shit. So, our mental filing cabinet is all nice and orderly. We don't have to be the kings of nice and orderly filing cabinets. Have to think about this. It's gonna be a huge 24-hour mind project.
Absolutely wonderful.
New thought gained.
A man like you can figure out his sexuality in a working day. It won't be 20 hours unless you want to enter the heightened realms of the phantasme erotique afterwards. It may be 20 hours or more, but that would be on your own time.
Oh man.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Okay, so... what is this new thought like? The homosexual underground. No disadvantage, no temporary research bonus penalties like everything else gave. You see mysterious strangers in the night, leaning against unlit doorways, engage in hushed conversations, a shadowy cabal, exchanging looks, whispering in dark alleys and unmarked locales, a radical cell conspiring against the state and perhaps even against man and woman. Was that a secret handshake? What's going on? Who are these secretive, seductive people? How have they accomplished their sinister and world-altering goals? And most importantly, are you one of them? You could be, maybe you forgot. To be honest, given how the history of communism in this universe seems to be expressing, he might have more success with this than with Mazovian socioeconomics. The cruising, the hanky code. Oh yeah, the hanky code. I read about that. Underground month is almost over. Hey, the Mardi Gras equivalent might be the Carnival, but Pride is every day of every year. Though I still haven't tried out the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, or Magnesium, or the Honor Glands, which only take 20 minutes. -4 drama for 20 minutes. But how could I say no to trying out the homosexual underground? Lonesome Long Way Home, Speed Gives Sigh, and Learning Cap for Perception raised to 5? Kinda feels Maybe replace my old thoughts of home with new thoughts of homosexuality. Still gonna hold on to William Le Million and Superstars, because that's gotta be there. Jamais vu? +1 for every orb? Okay, alright. If I have to replace stuff, I'm thinking that Lonesome Long Way Home and the volumetric shit compressor. How long is this gonna take? 8 hours. 8 hours. It's still early morning. That is good. I could fit that into today. And there's no disadvantage to it. Alright. Forget. Unless I really want anything else. Will always be more experience. Especially now that conceptualization gives +10 in basically every conversation, multiple times sometimes. I can get my shit together and put a full day's work thoughts into Homosexual Underground. Still
You
locked.
see ahead.
Still locked. So cops, good news, are making progress on her case?
Again? I can't believe this shit.
You say that, but you're here for me, we all know it.
He might be wearing a disguise.
Are you wearing your disguise?
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response.
Talk about the
Something to
hangman
click.
again?
It's not happening though.
Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. We're not wasting time. There is no time.
Maybe I could feed him information to get the precinct to do something or get a bounce back, I don't know.
You think he was hanged as a cover-up? Okay, I don't know. Oh my
Nah,
God,
there's something else new on
more.
that. Alright, they've been exhausted.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Okay, can't use her to soften up these fellows. Shivers. Visual calculus don't really need. Suggestion maybe? Esprit de corps probably won't help, because they're not my core. The sunglasses guy is pretty interesting. He seems familiar, can't quite put my finger on it. Pain threshold, intimidate them with half-life. Logic, strut up like this. Fine, just dress professional.
It's you again. What is it?
Options? Where's my options? There you are. Found someone who saw the hanging, a witness. The rape victim again who wasn't raped. First, we had a witness. Now, maybe classy first, to throw them off their game. Sapans, what are you talking about? This visor is full-on professional? It is the professional cap of the working man's police.
Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
Titus, I thought you liked her.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Fancy words, Lizzie, but that's exactly what he said.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz.
Oh, bull on a warpath.
He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
Then why did she say otherwise?
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down. And she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
Shanky, you're not exactly corroborating their testimony.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
This is the diversion, huh? She was very lucid. We could argue about her mental state, but that could be a distraction if rhetoric is right. Cut the bullshit. She told me the truth. Not even gonna get tangled up with their little games.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Titus Hardy!
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
I'm still not sure what direction this case is gonna take. First, it seems the guy was hanged due to strike business. Then maybe to cover up a self-defense murder. But then that's wrong, so I have no idea. But all in all, if there has to be a scapegoat by the end to prevent riots, I'm all for tossing Titus under the bus. Under the motor carriage.
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Frankly, it's a bit terrifying.
That's the law school training.
Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Who's it gonna be?
Look, Copper.
Elaine.
We know that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape.
Somehow, I both believe him and don't believe him. It's possible that they could have produced a confession, but if they have, I don't trust that it wasn't under duress. We do know that he was being as terrible as Harry on his bender, and very much a sex pest at the lightest.
Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. Then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
Under the trolley, exactly, Weirdo. That's how we solve the trolley problem, by putting Titus under it before it gets to either junction. Why should I care about the tape? You lied to me. What's on this tape? Where'd you get this tape? Where can I listen to it? Or conclude? Why should I care if you lied to me already?
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
His eye twitches. We're gonna give him an aneurysm either way.
Thanks, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
Alright, but where'd you get the tape?
A lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
Did they bug him? I figured they got him drunk, brought him out back, beat him up a bit. Put a gun to his mouth.
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
I don't think if anyone's doing advanced radio work, it's not them. It's gotta be the missing 8th Hardy girl, who has a whole array of radio stations in her lorry. Who's doing this advanced radio work?
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
No, it is Angus after all. And color me surprised.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
Eugene is actually praising Angus. Eugene, you get a +1. Everyone else is too mean to him. I do have a radio. I got a boombox and a stereo. It's enough for now, then. I'll give this a listen.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
Fine. I'll take it, listen to it, determine its authenticity on my own.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Smallest church, Door Gunner Megamix. Where's their tape though? Oh, it is a Door Gunner Megamix. Supposedly holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications recorded by decryption station. Not a good omen, requires boombox. Where's my boombox? It's not a tool? Equip this to play tapes, it is a tool. Oh, that's fantastic. Is that how I'm gonna do karaoke too, with this hanging off my shoulder? Okay. No headphones, just listen to it.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader.
Don't play the tape. Play it!
You push, command set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
Exactly. Gonna listen to this confession in the foyer right here in the cafeteria. Their legal counsel is here, they're all here. Gart is already used to the union, I'm sure. Martin Martinez sees and hears nothing.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done.
Cordy.
I'm done mentally.
Who was Cordy? Because as far as we know, in the group of 3, there were 2 buff men. If Cordy is a hanged man, do we get a name? I can't remember. I feel like somebody gave us a name for the mercs. And I just glossed over it because important stuff Kim usually jots down for me.
I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrete on your portal-reel. The tape stops spinning.
Okay, Kim. You've got the notes. Who was Cordy?
Corty could be short for Cortenar, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr.
Okay.
Right to work.
I would suggest then, speaking to Cordy, this is the dead guy. What do you think, Kim?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
But also sounded inebriated, but he did say he's going to do it. You can't edit words into someone's mouth. No, there's no such thing as deepfakes, are there? He sounded alright, just letting off some steam now. He also sounded inebriated.
Still.
His look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
It seemed authentic enough.
He did say he was going to do it too.
But...
What? Still the look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
What was at the end? Silence?
End of recording.
Hey, to ask, what's Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
Do you think he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
Okay, but what now then?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
These guys are pushing the she was definitely raped angle. She's saying no. We could approach her with new questions. She seemed to have a fondness for him. I think she's telling the truth. They just partied.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night. The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even.
But if you're going to talk to her, I'm going to need maxed out volition. Where's my volition stuff? Volition on the necktie, volition. Seem to recall other stuff might give. The dance through all my clothes. Right, the armor. +1 volition, but less empathy. But empathy is already amazing, so that's not a big loss. Volition of a whole 8. Empathy still acceptable 7. Everything else, various levels of, oh, that's terrible. Is that my boombox? Is my boombox giving the tunes? Oh, it is. It was. Nothing new out here. Alright, classic.